we're going to unbox the Veggetti. The Veggetti? I did not make the name up of this little gadget Pro. So, it was my birthday a couple weeks ago. I don't like really specify like when my birthday is because honestly, I don't think social media needs to know my exact birthday. It's just not something that I am on social media, but you know, the way that I do social media is I just don't think you need to tell social media when your exact birthday is. Like, personally, that's just not something I need to do. Like, I talk about myself and things I like and certain interests, but on the same token, I like to keep a little bit of awareness because I just don't think there's certain things you need to post on the internet. Just my opinion. But the internet, I need to check the washer, by the way, because it just seems like the water's kind of low. I guess it's okay. I usually do like a deeper fill. So it just sounds like it's struggling, because that's the thing that I do on washers nowadays, is I do a deep fill because I like a nice, clean load of laundry. So, we're going to use the Vegetti. Alright? And you know what? You don't like me doing laundry? Oh well. This is my video. This is how I live stream. I live stream in a real deal way. I'm not live streaming to people that are going to be like complainers, like, or not like what I'm doing. I'm here to have fun in the sun. Like, there was some guy a year ago that told me, oh, like, potatoes are not good with ketchup on them. And I'm like, get. We love potatoes with ketchup. If you don't like it, well, phone. Oh no, my phone. Oh, phone. I should be more careful with him. Oh, poor phone. Sorry, phone. I need to make sure he's okay. Making sure it's okay. I haven't had my phone fall before, and I've tried to be very careful with him. I'm not going to charge him. Okay. So anyhow. I am going to wash my hands, and I'm going to open the Vegetti, because, I mean, what a great name for this appliance. My sister's boyfriend gave it to me, apparently. It was my birthday present because he's cheap. I don't mind. But, hi, how you doing? But he said, oh, I will never use Vegetti, so you can have it. I'm like, okay. And I think it's not outdated, but it's not like a new appliance. It's one of those as seen on TV appliances from my age and country. I live in California, and that's good enough. People shouldn't say their exact age online. That's not necessary. This is not an application for a job. This is a fun in the sun live stream. So here's the Vegetti. We're gonna unbox it together. Oh, wish I could make it. Hi, how you doing? Okay. Vegetti. It's one of these that's seen on TV. I don't really watch TV anymore. I haven't had cable, TV, an antenna, anything like that in so long. Like, I feel like nowadays, do people still watch TV? I guess some people do, but just not me, because I'm like, no. I'm not gonna pay for, like, if you really want to watch shows, you can watch movies, but personally, I just hate all those streaming services. Why don't I just get a nice... I'm not going to save the box. I know some people hoard boxes in this world, but no. Not I. I'm not going to hoard this box up. Like, some people just save every box that they've ever acquired, and I'm like... That just gives me anxiety. I like to declutter like crazy. So... Here's the appliance. It's like brand new, out of the box. never been used. It's one of these like as seen on TV products, I guess is what I'm talking about by as seen on TV. That was like a thing. I mean, I guess it's still a thing, but I would say its heyday was probably the 90s and the early 2000s, because if we're gonna be real, do young people today, in America anyway, I don't know about other countries, but in America anyway, do they like watch like network TV? Do they watch local TV? Do they even watch infomercials? I just can't imagine the TikTok generation watching an infomercial. So if you have never seen an infomercial, what is that? It's like a commercial. Like, it's so funny because some people are like, oh my gosh, that's overconsumption. And they think now that this era, like the 2024s is the overconsumption era. But I guess you didn't live through the 90s or the early 2000s or the 80s when you had must-see on TV products. Okay, so this thing definitely has a protective thing on it, which is good. Because, yeah, I think you need one. I feel like he used this before. I don't know. He thinks he didn't use it, but I feel like he did. I don't know. Maybe it's brand new. I did have to open the box pretty hard, so it's probably brand new. So I'm going to read the directions. And some people get really triggered that I read directions. But I'm going to do it. You don't like it? Too bad. Maybe my reading the directions can help somebody with the Vegetti that doesn't want to read. And they can listen to me read it. So I love to read directions. That's my thing. If you don't like to read directions, like, calm down. You'll be okay. I promise. I promise. Although I want to correct the spelling of Vegetti. So I have my laptop right over here. And I notice it has 2 G's. But I put 1. So I'm going to like correct the spelling real quick. Which I so like to do things like this. This is just my cup of tea. I want it spelled correctly. That's why I have the laptop to watch the stream. And I'm streaming on my iPhone. But don't ever plug in your iPhone to stream. It's my bell and I don't want to hurt him. Okay. So please carefully read and understand all instructions and warnings before using. And yeah, I definitely want, because this thing has a blade. This thing has a blade. I don't think you should just blindly go into it and be like, oh. Cut hazard, sharp blades, contact may result in injury. Always keep blades away from fingers and body parts. Handle with care. Keep out of reach of children. Yeah. Don't have like this thing out where kids can play with it. I mean, this might all be common sense stuff. And I used to think like in 2014, 15, when I started seeing signs at Walmart saying, don't forget your children, I thought, oh, that's common sense. Who would forget their children at Walmart? And then I found out legally Walmart had to put up those signs at stores, like every store in the USA, because people forgot their children at Walmart. It's so scary. You went shopping and you forgot your kids. Don't buy a Vegetti if that's you. Like, if you don't know where your kids are, oh, I guess I'm talking to boomers who didn't know where their children were at 9, 10. I don't know. Please know where your children are. Okay, so anyway, I digress. Always handle Vegetti Pro with care. Do not insert fingers into the blades of the Vegetti Pro. Wash Vegetti Pro and all of its parts with warm soapy water before use. Okay. Here are the stainless steel blades included with the Vegetti. We have the thin. I'm going to be very careful. This is the thin blade spiral, okay? And it has like a coating on it, which, by the way, I know they say to wash it, but I am going to kind of just like give it a little bit of a soapy doper. Doop, 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 doop. Soap, 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 soap. And then I'm going to rinse him. Rinse. Get that Vegetti nice and rinse. Rinse Mr. Vegetti. I feel like I see something on the side of it. Okay, I kind of want to do some more because I'm thinking, yeah, maybe there's a little bit more soap there. probably residue from the box, I'm thinking. Okay. But you want to rinse all the, if you put any soap on here, I think it's good to rinse all the soap off. And this is definitely, I love the dishwasher, but this, I would not put the Vegetti in the dishwasher. Like, I would rinse and wash it by hand. Plus, I don't think you really need to, because I feel like it cleans up pretty well, pretty nicely from what I'm seeing. So I'm going to let Mr. Vegetti blade 1. Okay, so here's the next blade. It's the thick. I'm going to be very careful as I pull these out. Okay. It says, has in les lames son blades very sharp. It says in French and in Spanish and English. Because of NAFTA, right? Canada, US, Mexico, North American. There might be more than NAFTA these days, but I just remember the 3 guys of NAFTA countries. I haven't been up on NAFTA. Thinking it's just US, Canada, and Mexico. But that's usually why they have the trifecta of English, French, and Spanish on boxes. I remember some people used to get really upset about that in the 90s. Oh my God. They didn't want any language besides English on a box. Or they got upset because there was an option for people who spoke another language. And you still got to have English as the first one, but you had to press 1 for English. And people used to get so upset about that. Yeah, I kind of wish I spoke better Spanish. Like, I took a little bit in college, and I wish I had learned French and Arabic. And I don't know, I should be more of a linguist type person, but I actually admire and respect people who speak several languages. And if people come to the U.S., they learn English so quickly. Like, I just remember when I was a kid, there were just so many people. They acted like, oh, nobody was going to learn English or something. I'm like, calm down. Calm down, friendly friend. Okay, people are silly. Be very careful pulling this thing up. Like, it feels kind of like you need to be very, 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 very gentle. See, I see like water marks on this thing. So like, I feel like it was used before, even though it was boxed up so tightly. I don't know. That's just my feeling about it. That's what I feel like. Anyhow. Okay, so I'm gonna put some soap on this one. I see some watermarks on this thing. I wonder if he used it. I mean, I don't really care because I'm washing it, right? So this was like my birthday present. He told me, oh, I'm going to give you something out of my kitchen that I don't use. And I'm like, you know what? Thank you. I appreciate it. Because I would love to try this thing. I would never buy this thing. But if somebody gives you something and it's free and never really, I think it's, I mean, it appears brand new, sans the water spots on it. Maybe, but it was packaged so tightly. I just, even though it kind of looks used, I don't think it was used. I don't know. Maybe that's just the way it looks. Maybe they cleaned it in the factory or something. I don't know. But I'm rinsing off the blades, okay? And kind of drying that one a bit more. Okay, there we go. So, now we have washed the blades for the Vegetti. We have a ribbon cut blade. We have a thick spiral blade. We have those 3 blades. And then there's a diagram. And I watched a few videos on how to use the Vegetti previously just to get an idea. You have the food holder, blade, crank handle, tower release, crank handle, blade storage, push handle, and suction cup on and off. The reason I watched a few videos was because I kind of, okay, so I know that this part, okay, so I kind of just want to illustrate. So this kind of goes back and forth, like this. This thing, like, you're supposed to kind of push it manually as you're spiral cutting. I'm going to do some more, just kind of wipe down, because you can't really, I mean, you could wipe down the whole Vegetti, but I think I'm just going to, I wonder if some of this is just from sitting in a box, because I feel like, I could be wrong, but either my sister's boyfriend bought this thinking he was going to eat more vegetables. Man, does not eat vegetables. I told him he should eat more vegetables, because my sister's like, oh, he never wants to eat vegetables, and I'm like, make him. I know some people are like, oh, vegetables are not necessary, and I don't need them, and they're going to derail my carnivore diet. Well, are you a California condor? Are you a California condor? Are you a hawk? Because I can tell you, unless you're a California condor or a hawk, it's probably okay to eat vegetables. I mean, I don't know. But I'm not one of these people that's like, oh my god, I can't eat this and I can't eat that. Let's just look at this. Okay, so I kind of got an idea of how the parts and components of this worked. But before use, make sure suction cup is securely, there's a suction cup here. I guess this kind of suctions, sort of does. I mean, suction it. Okay. Select your desired blade and place it onto the designated, place a bowl or a cutting board in front of the Vegetti Pro to catch the food. Cut off the ends of your food and place it on the flat end in between the circular holder and the blade. Use your left hand to push the Vegetti Pro handle forward. Well, if you're right-handed, you have to use the other hand, okay? Using your left hand, push the Vegetti Pro handle forward. I guess because left is here and right's here. Yeah, you kind of would have to, I guess there's really no way around that. This is a right-hand dominant activity. Like, everything is just so, like, because only 10% of the population, I'm right-handed, okay? But there is 10% of the population that's left-handed, okay? So for them, but I guess they have to reverse everything. Like, I know some people think, oh no, being right-handed is, left-handed is, woo. Well, anyway, I digress. Cut the ends off the food. Use your left hand to push forward. Care in cleaning. Always handle Vegetti Pro with care when cleaning, especially when washing by hand near blades. Disassemble components before cleaning. I already did. Like, there's no other parts. I took, it was easy. We saw it. To disassemble, unlock the crank handle, which I did. Off. And then this part's on. It was turned off already when I disassembled it. Remove the blade tower from the base of the Vegetti. I guess you can remove all of this. You can remove the blade tower while the base is suction released. Okay, to remove the blade tower from the base of the Vegetti Pro while the base is suctioned to a hard surface, place all the components can be laid flat for storage. Okay, I guess it's just talking about how you can disassemble it completely to lay it flat for storage. And now we have some pictures of the different foods you can make. Like, I love spiralized zucchini, by the way. I think that's delicious. I really do. And if you are more of a low-carb person, I would think you would love spiralized zucchini. I should have bought some, I have tomatoes, okay? Did buy tomatoes tonight. I knew I bought something. Let's get the Vegetti's box out of the way because we're not keeping the box, as I said. I need to move it over here because visually I don't want to see the box near me. Okay, raw. Prepare Vegetti vegetables pasta. Okay, so you can actually make all the vegetables raw. Microwave Vegetti made vegetable pasta sauce in a microwave bowl. Place Vegetti made vegetable pasta in a microwave safe bowl. Place in the microwave to cook. I'm not going to microwave it. And it talks about how you can make a marinara sauce with tomato paste, onion, garlic, oregano, olive oil. I'm going to do my own thing. So This has a lot of recipes. I'm going to play around. Oh, it even has like Asian stir fry. Like, I wouldn't call this Asian stir fry, but like an Asian inspired stir fry, like a pad thai. But I feel like, okay, I've been talking a lot, which I'm always going to talk a lot. You don't like that? I don't know what to tell you, puppies. I'm always going to talk a lot. It's just the vibe on this channel, okay? You don't like it? Huh? Too bad. So which one do I want? I think I want the thin spiral, not the thick spiral. That's my opinion and what I want, okay? And that's what I'm going to use. So I'll put the other guy over here. He's going to soak anyway. But even if he gets water, I'm not going to worry about it. It's a Vegetti. The name of this thing, though. Why are you named that? I don't know. The name. I'm not sure why it has that name, but what do I know? I just am here. Okay, I'm trying to remember which side goes up. Is this side? No. Is it? Or is it the other way? I'm trying to think. I think that's right. Should look at the diagram. Look at the diagram. You just read the diagram, silly goose. Here's the diagram. I'm going to pull it out again. I'm going to look at the picture. It's the Vegetti. Okay. It just doesn't seem like it's not, maybe because it's, maybe it would go down better if it's, okay, there we go. I know some people love to, okay. I guess I'm gonna, I had zucchini. I bought it on Tuesday. Zucchini. Okay. Zucchini. Like, I don't, for the zucchini though, I know most people don't like the skin on it. And, you know, I probably will. I feel like there's protein in it, not protein, fiber and good nutrients in it. However, because it wasn't homegrown zucchini, and I didn't grow it on my own little farm, and I just think, just for health, safety purposes, let's peel it, okay? You don't have to do this step, but I think just it's a little bit healthier for you as a human being when this stuff lives at the grocery store and numerous people touch it, and it's been, even though this is conventional, I personally just think it's a little bit better to peel it. Okay? I'm gonna peel it. And I know some people peel towards themselves. I peel away from myself, okay? Because I think that's safer. I taught myself when I was 12 years old to do this. My mom always peeled towards herself. I don't do that. And you know how some people, they hold vegetables and they cut things in their hand? I don't do that either. Like, I use I have created my own safer for me techniques for cutting. And they've done me good because I'm not going to peel towards myself. I think you should peel away from yourself. And that used to really bother my mom a lot. She'd be like, no, you have to peel towards yourself. I showed you how to do it that way. But I remember when I was 12 years old and I was peeling potatoes for dinner one night. I was like, you know what? I'm going to teach myself to peel away from myself. And I used to cook so much. Like, I don't cook as much as I used to. Like, I used to cook all the time. It was like really a big part. I feel like I need to cook more. I really do. So I really just got this down, and I love the rhythm of peeling. Like, I forget how much I love this. Like, there's just something very therapeutic about the rhythm of peeling vegetables. It just feels like zen, right? For me, anyway. You don't have to like it. And I'm not going to get the whole peel off. I mean, I just think it's probably better. Like, if it's organic, you know what? Keep the peel on. But if it's conventional you buy it at the store, peel it. It's not that hard, okay? Plus, peeling is kind of fun. It's just, it feels very therapeutic and just, it's kind of a zen sound, and it just has this ASMR to it that I really like and enjoy. We're going to start with the zucchini first, although from other videos that I watched of people who did the Vegetti, they said that they felt like potatoes and carrots. Maybe not carrots, but the potatoes were the best thing to use with it, because there's, even though it doesn't seem like a potato softer, like it's a little bit softer, like it's just, there's just something about the consistency. I should have bought more zucchini. It's like nothing. Like, I'm usually, I don't know, I need to get back into eating vegetables, man. I'm just like, you know what? This is going to be a new goal this week, is to hit it hard and hit it good with vegetable purchases. I really need to do it. I really need to just get back, because I feel like it could be so healthy for you to just eat zucchini noodles. It really could. Like, this could be a very good health decision. Like, you don't even have to be low carb. I just feel like there's nothing wrong with, like, carbohydrates. Like, vegetables do have carbohydrates, but I just feel like it could just be very beneficial for you to eat more zucchini type noodles. It's just my take on this, right? And then I feel like some people are like, but this creates a lot of waste, like when you peel it. But I just think it's a little bit better for you health-wise to peel the conventional vegetable. So, yeah, a little slimy. Like, I've only had them for a few days, but that's the thing about produce, and that's why I feel like eating produce is just so good for you, because people are like, oh my gosh, it goes bad so quickly. But that's like why people in other countries where they do more just like daily shopping meal prep, like they eat more vegetables, like the Japanese, the Italians, like, I don't know, the Lebanese people. Like, well, I mean, probably not in modern life as much, but back in the days, like, you went to the market every day or every other day and you just bought a little bit, because yeah, it could go bad. And even like the French and the Spanish, like when they buy produce and bread, like, it's more of a daily thing. It's not like a weekly, 2 week, let's stockpile our groceries. Like, and that was one thing I just did not agree with during the panini, that I was never on board with, was people saying that you needed to buy 2 weeks worth of groceries. Because I'm like, excuse me, what if you are a pedestrian and you drive and you walk on foot? There's no way you can stockpile 2 weeks worth of groceries in your house. Like, you can do some online food orders, but just a lot of things that were happening during the panini were very car focused, in my opinion. But you know, such is life. Such is life. It's cool not to drive. I know some people don't get that, but not driving, it's cool. You don't need to drive to have a good life. You just need to enjoy your life, right? Okay. In my opinion, anyway. Oh gosh, the sections on there are pretty tight. It does section in tight. Wow. Man. No, no. I feel like I'm doing something wrong right off the gate. Okay, so this, like oh, I need to get your leverage better. But I would think you're supposed to be down here. I need to look at the picture in the box and the manual again. So, manual doesn't have like a good example of what it should look like. Well, it does, but it doesn't. I feel like in the manual, it's looking kind of more aligned. Okay, I am going to get this. This is why I do these things on camera. So see, you don't have to feel bad. I get to feel bad. Like all the bad feelings that somebody could have towards this, I get to have. And you can just watch me feel silly. Yeah. See, I feel like, what? Okay. Now I'm kind of feeling silly, really super silliest. Because, okay, so we have it like this. I feel like, okay, unlock it. I'm pretty sure this was the method, because I would think this has to be the methodology. Let's see, release. Yeah, because that's this thing must be what you lock it in. Ah. Okay, continuing on with our Vegetti adventure. So silly. Come on, friends. All right. I know I got this. Like, I'm like, come back. Okay, release. Okay, come on. Okay, so this part I will still cut up, this little guy, okay? Yeah, I mean, it makes little spirals, I guess. And this one's kind of long. Okay, I like that one. That one's cool. It kind of starts out lame. It gets better as you're going. I feel like you need a fork to get them out. So you don't get them all stuck in there. Come on, guys. Come out of the Vegetti. Get out. Get out of the Vegetti. Mr. Vegetti wants you out. Just pull, release. mean, it's not going to be perfect. You'd have to rinse it out completely, I think, to get it all out. But I'm just going to kind of try and force them out with the fork. That's what I'm going to do. I want to do real world Veggetti, okay? Just, I don't want to rinse it every single time that I go to use it. That's just silly. Although, I guess this is fun. Would I buy this? Like, if I were to go purchase something, it's cool, it's fun, but I don't think I would, like, purposely go out of my way to buy this unless I just really, really love spiralized. I think I'd have to really love spiralized, you know, vegetables. I mean, it is fun though, like, woo! I mean, it's kind of cool. I can't complain. It's really cool. Like, this part though, do you not waste this part? Like, I saw people saying, oh, like it. No. We don't waste food. I was in a clean your plate club as a kid. I have boomer parents. We don't waste food. I know some people don't like that, but there are people without food right now. Like, look at what's happening in the world. We don't waste food. We use every morsel. We appreciate all food. Because food is a gift. It's not something that we waste and don't appreciate. So, that's kind of cool. I need to release this one, though. Okay. Release. I guess you pull it back. Oh, oh, oh. Should have been more careful there. It kind of scares me a little. Okay, we're gonna cut it up. I feel like, though, this is just my thought. This will give you like spiralized noodles for stir fry or something, which could be really cool. That could be really awesome, I feel like. Okay, so let's get a bowl. Put these guys in. We'll get a bowl, all right? Ooh, all of our noodles and spiralized parts. I feel like, though, I could just cut it up and have, like, I mean, this is really cool. It's fun. But I don't know, like, I just personally, I don't think I would pay for this thing, this contraption. Although I'm kind of excited for the potato part. Okay, so I need a place to put my bowl. It's gonna live over here. Okay, that's where my bowl's gonna live. All right, we're gonna do Vegetti round 2. I'm still like, I don't want to waste any food. Like, I personally am not gonna waste anything. It's just not gonna happen. And I feel like the thing I don't really like about gadgets like this is just the amount of food waste. I just think it's more than necessary, really. It might look cool, but I just don't like how they would kind of waste food a little bit. Gotta push really hard. I know how to work a cucumber, I guess. Okay. You're funny. All right, are we ready? think it's getting backlogged. Oh no. Mr. Vegetti kind of waylaid there. No, Vegetti. Don't be bad. Stay in the bowl. Come on now. Come on. I think I'm gonna have to really wash this Vegetti when I'm done. Like the people in the videos that they did where they were reviewing it, like they perfectly washed it, but I'm not gonna do that for every single like bypass with Mr. Vegetti. No. We're gonna go for it, okay? Gonna go for it. Oh gosh. I think there's something stuck in the Vegetti. That's why it's not working. Let's get that little part out. Oh. The little nub out. Mr. Vegetti being a very silly goose. This is messy. This is another thing I don't really love about Vegetti. I feel like it kind of creates food waste. It's a little messy. The Vegetti guy, he's a little messy, okay? He's like your messy uncle who might make fun hearty foods, but afterwards you get to clean the kitchen. And you're like, okay, so he's great. He's fun. But he's not there to help you clean. He's there to be silly. And that's kind of how I feel about the Vegetti. But I mean, it's like he's there. He's part of the party. He's family. You accept him for who he is. But I would not, like, but I wouldn't marry the Vegetti, okay? He's like your uncle, your crazy uncle. But he makes really good noodles, okay? So actually he's kind of cool. I won't complain about him too much. He's a fun guy. He's just not the cleanest. He's kind of like a diamond in the rough, you know? But he's very rough. He's a diamond in the rough, but extremely rough. Okay? That's how I would describe Mr. Vegetti. Oh no! Okay. Ah! I think your nubs keep getting stuck in there. Out, get out, get out, get out. Okay. This thing is gonna be messy by the time I'm done. Cheese, these with sugar on top. Yes, it's gonna be very, very messy. Okay. So I'm just being careful though. I don't want to hurt myself, so I'm gonna put all that in there. Gotta get the angle. The first one I felt like it was okay. It wasn't the best, but I finally got it. But I think there's still some nubs stuck in there. Maybe that's another reason it's not completely going through. I need to get this nub completely out. Oh my God, get out of there. Get in the bowl. Get in the bowl. At first I was cutting up all the nubs, but they're just going in. Very careful with this. This is not a machine. It's for people that think they could be injured. And now I see, and I probably said it in the manual, because I read it, but I just was reading it in a kind of a funny kind of way. You really have to make sure, in order, to push forward. And you need to spiralize. my. I feel like maybe this one wasn't quite as good though, because I think, well, there were some nice long noodles in here. Some of the noodles are nice and long. So some of them are pretty long. Some of them are pretty good. I wonder if you could put a spaghetti squash through the Veggetti. Do they have seeds in the middle? I use the whole thing, so even if it's not perfect, I'm still gonna eat you. Like, I know some of it's more fun than other parts. So some people just want the perfect part. But I'm like, I'm not wasting food. No siree bobbers. That is not gonna happen. Not on my watch. You can cut up the Veggetti nubs, and they just become like little fun parts of the pasta. These parts you can cut up, and then because they kind of went through the Veggetti and they got a little spiralized, they're like a little round and they're fun. They're oblong, they're funny shapes. There's all sorts of, this is definitely your messy uncle. That's how I would categorize the Veggetti. He's your messy uncle. He is not refined. He's fun, but he's messy. And some of his noodles are cool. Some of them are silly. I don't know. This is fun. And this is real. This is real cooking. This is not like, oh, I did stage video with crew. No, it's just me. I'm a one-person show doing this for you to have fun in the sun, I guess. If this is your, okay, so I would move it around, but I don't want to hurt myself. Well, I guess I could show once I get it lodged in. Okay. So you have to be very careful with this contraption. It could be dangerous. It could be danger. Okay. Okay, I just kind of want to show. All right, so you want it lodged in here, and there's like this hole in the center that kind of cores it. And you want it really tightly lodged in there. But I can't move the Veggetti. I'm just kind of showing you what it does. And then you have to push forward with this as you're spiralizing. So it's a lot of work. It's not, I think there's one now that they made one in the last few years that actually, I feel like it's getting stuck because there's parts in this. Oh, see, I had a good start, but it got dislodged because I was like, oh no, there's things stuck in it. Yeah, but like there's zucchini on its rails and everywhere. It's messy. Yes, messy. Is this my favorite? Not really. There's gonna be zucchini everywhere. The washer ended. Maybe I'll dry later. I'm conversing those right now. I don't throw anything in the dryer. I would not recommend this on a weeknight. You know why? Because this thing is messy. It's messy. Get the if like spiralized vegetables just sounds so great to you, my suggestion to you would be, this is what I would suggest to you. Buy the electronic one. I think there's one where you just feed it in and it does all the work for you and you don't have to push. I mean, it's a great workout though, but it's super messy. This is a mess. No, not again. Right there. Okay. feel like you can't see enough of the Vegetti. Like it got kind of, I need more like that. Okay. Release. Well, this one made better noodles. One thing about zucchini, though, they go brown, and some people don't like that. I personally don't mind. I think it kind of turned like that as I was doing it, too. I'm going to kind of cut up nubs, though, before I continue getting some out, because I just want the nubs. I don't waste any of it, personally. The nubs could be like the little round pastas. I feel like if you had a lot of zucchini in your garden, this could be fun. Maybe you become an expert at using this gadget after you've had it for like, I don't know, a month or something. And you're like, I am dreaming of going home and using my Vegetti. I mean, you might. That's a possibility. And perhaps you do. You could just pull it out like that. I think that's the easier way to clean it. I think I'm just being too, but you have to be really careful. This is something to be super duper careful with because this thing has like really sharp blades and you need to be like super careful. This is not a gadget for kids. Like, I think safety wise, just chopping with a, yeah, it's not going to have the fun shapes, but yeah, I get the electronic one. If you're going to want the fun shapes, just get the electronic one. I think you just feed it through and it does the same ding dong thing, and it's probably a little bit more money. But if you're going to spend the money on a gadget like this, just get the electronic one. That's what I would suggest. I would definitely get the electronic one if I was going to spend more money on this device. Doop, 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 doop. I'm going to try and get all the zucchini up that we can get because we don't want to waste any of our zucchini. Yeah, this is messy, friends. This is a messy venture. It's like, if you like a mess, this is for you, right? It's definitely for you. If you love a mess, highly, highly recommend this gadget. If you don't like messes, not so much. But I'm gonna use it since it's something that was gifted me and might as well learn how to use it. I mean, why not? It's fun, I guess. I haven't had zucchini in a while either, so why not? Okay, so let's put him aside for a minute so I can cut the sides off, or the ends off of the little zucchini. Take all my nubs with me to the trash can. Get my hands off. Get this little portion off. It's gonna be a mess no matter what you do. It's just a mess. Okay. You have to put the Vegetti in first, right? Get the angle. You know what? I wonder if you just rinse it. Probably rinses out pretty nice. I feel like I'm wasting some zucchini doing this, but why not? Make it easier on yourself. I think that's the trick. You don't want to be too precious about it. And then just kind of wipe a little bit. cut enough small enough to just go in. Needs to be angled in like that. Ooh. All right. That one was hard. Ooh, noodles were better on this one though. Very nice. Okay. Ah. Thank you. It's nice of you to say. But wow, look at the noodles on this one. Like, I'm eating this by myself, so don't panic. I'm not sharing it with anybody. Because usually I wouldn't do that. But since I'm the only one eating this ding dong thing, I can do that. I mean, I do actually really like the taste of raw veggie. Raw zucchini tastes good. Some people are like, raw vegetables, ew. But, you know, sometimes you just crave like raw cucumber, raw zucchini without dressing. So delicious. So nutritious. I mean, I'm not saying I don't love a good dressing, but there's just something to be said about raw veggies without the dressing. Let's get, I think the blade. Be very careful though when you pull these out, I feel like. So I feel like I shouldn't be doing it by hand so much, but I feel like a fork is better for getting these out. Because I'm not going to waste vegetable. It's just not going to happen, not on my watch. You want to waste vegetables, you do that. I just don't think it's right. Got a lot of it out. And then just get the rest. Try to pick it up as best as we can. There's definitely a lot of water content in zucchini. There's like zucchini juice that comes out of it and whatnot. Okay. So I feel like I want to do some potatoes too because that's what I had planned on doing. Although with the potatoes, I'm going to microwave them afterwards so that I can make some sort of hash brownie kind of thing. And I'm not going to soak them because it's just going to be cooked potatoes. Like, I don't care if they're starchy. It's for meaty. It's not for like Mr. I hate ketchup dude because he's not eating at my house and he's just, people say some interesting stuff. I'm just like, whatever. And it's like, analogy about a steak. I'm like, whatever, dude. I don't even eat steak. He was very upset though. About what? I can't really tell you. Who knows what he was upset about? He was upset about life. Life did him dirty. So he had seen in my video and rant. Usually when people get really upset about something that just seems a little over the topsy, it's about something going on in their own life that they're projecting onto you. I have noticed this. And this is why I believe in God. I believe that God will provide for us and take care of us. And I know it's real popular in this era that people don't believe in God and they question the existence of God and they think God's a made-up character. But I believe in God, and I believe that if you have a dialogue with God, you don't need to go to church to have this, in my opinion, that if you have a dialogue with God, you'll be good. But that's just my belief. Like, everybody has their own beliefs and practices and whatnot. I'm gonna stick him in the fridge for a little bit. Get my taters out. Message retracted. That is interesting. Okay. Interesting, friend. Why are you retracting your messages? How many potatoes should I do? I'm gonna do a few. I don't want to do too many. Like, I want to do several though. But maybe not too many. Just because I'm just not sure how many I want to do. Okay. We're gonna have to peel them now. Alright. So, just like I did earlier, I'm going to, I need to wipe things down a bit just for my preferences. Put that over there. I'm gonna even though you're peeling the potatoes, I kind of like to wash them off or rub them off just to get off more of the dirt, and then I rinse them again because that's just, I don't know, it's just how I do it. They're pretty dirty, you know, they're dirty. So a lot of people that reviewed the Vegetti said that potatoes were the best thing to use on it. I can't speak to that because I haven't done this yet, but maybe they are. I don't know. They could be. That's a possibility. Okay, so if a potato has a bad part, I just cut it out or I peel it off. Some people think you have to throw away a whole vegetable if they have some bad parts, but I'm like, friend, you can cut out the bad parts. Like, you think restaurants are throwing away a whole vegetable? It's funny how often people eat out or they just buy prepackaged foods. And you really think that, I don't know. I just think it's funny because, like, when people prepare food at home and if they're making vegetables, how you're like, oh my gosh, I have to throw away this whole apple because it had one bad part. You don't know how to cut out the bad part and use the good part. I mean, plus, that's a sign of the fruit or vegetable being, I don't know, it's going to taste a little bit better in my opinion. But I've done this all my life. And this is just how I roll. I don't know. I will never buy potatoes in a bag again, though, because I feel like they're older or something, or they just go bad faster. I should have just bought a few that I put in a little plastic bag to bring home. Because I used to buy them in bags. And by the way, I keep my potatoes in the fridge because they last longer. Because I find that if you don't store them in the fridge, they go bad quicker, in my opinion. Don't eat raw potato at home, kids. I do. Just because I like the taste of the raw potato. But it's not for everybody. It's just for me. Because since I was little, one of my little favorite treats when I make a potato, and people say you shouldn't do this, but I've done this all my life, is just to sprinkle a little bit of salt on a raw potato. But it has to be a specific kind of salt. I don't know if they make it anymore. It's veggie salt. Oh my gosh. That thing has more herbs and salt in it. I really need to find it again. I mean, I'm sure they still make it. I really love that stuff. Love it so much. I like to get most, like when I was younger, I used to be really obsessed, like even a few years ago, with like peeling the potatoes super thin. And I used to love to cut up vegetables like super fine, and I'm actually really good at vegetable preparation. And this is another reason I don't want to eat out anymore, because I think about it. If you make the time for it, vegetable preparation is just like so zen. It really is. I love it so much. And you do have to be careful if you're peeling potatoes and you've rinsed them off like this first. But I guess I'm just so used to this. And I feel like the little bit of slip on the veggie makes it easier to peel it too. I really do. These are just like methods that I created on my own, because like I said, my mom and most people in the world peel towards themselves, but I peel away from myself. And I taught myself to do that when I was 12 years old, because I just felt like it was a safer technique. And because I've done this all my life, I do a lot of things away from myself. Like I also, like if tape is on a dispenser, I find it easier to pull it off facing away from me, just because this is like a method that I taught myself. And that's really like, if tape is on a dispenser, the only way I can like break it off with like the serrated blade for the tape, is if it's facing away from me. Just like with the, I don't know, it's just because I trained myself to do it this way. Like I have to do it this way. And most people don't do it this way, but I feel like it's safer because it's facing away from you instead of facing towards you. So I'm like, why wouldn't I do it this way? Like to me, it just makes more sense to do it this way. But you know, everybody has the primary method they do it. now I have some potatoes that I can start using the Veggetti with, which it still has some particles on it from when, let's make them nice and flat, Stanley, okay? Still will use this part of the potato though. I'm not gonna waste it. Put the blade in too. Okay, I need to figure out which blade I want to use for the hash brown part. Maybe I should have waited till after I cooked to wash those little towelies. That would have made more sense, you know? Come on. Okay, so the thin spiral blade is also good if you want the hash brown style potatoes. Win it, but whatever. We're just going with it. Okay, so we're gonna try to get everything out. Okay, this is kind of cool. I mean, it's a little bit, I feel like you'd kind of have to break them up a bit. But, like, have you ever had a potato noodle? That's kind of awesome. I mean, you could cut them up more if you want. But, I don't know, I like how they're in little strands. This is awesome. Like, I guess you could cut them up more. Definitely could. For sure. I don't think I'm going to do them in the air fryer like I thought about it. I think I'm going to cut them up. I'm going to cook them in the microwave. And then, which is my dad's trick for like pan frying potatoes. Like, well, he would do them in the air fryer that way too. But I want them cooked first. I know some people soak them in water. But I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing 5,000 steps for potatoes. I'm going to find a bowl for them. Put them in a bowl and start assembling them. This is a lot easier, okay, than the other one. Wow, this makes a lot of potato. But potatoes do cook down, so it makes a lot of potato, but I feel like potatoes, what would happen if you did an onion? You'd probably cry. Should we put an onion through the Vegetti? Just to see what happens. I'm not going to say, like some YouTubers say, for scientific purposes. I'm like, you're not a scientist. Or some TikTokers, mostly YouTubers have said, for scientific purposes. And I'm like, I would just say, to see how it goes. I wouldn't recommend this for most people to put an onion through the Vegetti. But I think you get a lot of onion juice all over you. Be fun. It could be a thing. Like, that looks so funny. Eating my potatoes, not for you. It's for me, who's done it forever. Most people can't do that. I can. You know why? I have an ironclad stomach. I do. Because people are like, Julia, how does coffee not upset your tummy? How does this and that not upset your tummy? Because I eat a lot of raw veggies and just things that other people don't. And I'm like my dad. Just like him. okay, if you were to cut this, you could get, like, you have your spiral, but you can make it even thinner and get like really hash brown pieces. It could be fun. I don't know. You can do a lot of things with this. I'm not saying the pieces are going to be uniform, but it could be fun. This one's easier. Like, everything just kind of falls out with a potato. I think potatoes are just easier. Everybody was right who said the potatoes were like the easiest vegetable. Even though the zucchini is fun, I feel like the potatoes are more fun because, I don't know, they feel more fun. And I took everybody's recommendations who said that you should cut them flat and make them flat on both ends. Because that was the recommendation for the potatoes. Okay. There's still veggies everywhere, but you just kind of have to go with it. I'm going to put some of them in the fridge so they're not hanging out after they're cut up. This is like a lot of vegetable prep, man. It's fun. It's fun. This is so much fun. Like, I've never had. Now that I'm getting into the potato part, I'm enjoying this like a lot more. What am I wearing? A dress. But because I'm doing this on my phone, I'm not showing. I'm trying to show the Vegetti. That's the star. The Vegetti, friends, is the star of this show. Okay. So yeah. Okay, more potato. So long. You could have really long potato noodles here. Wow. Be careful when you pull that thing off. It does make a long nub. Wow. That's quite the adventure, friends. It's quite the adventure indeed. I should have got a bigger bowl, but I'm just using little bowls because I'm doing this as I go, and I just kind of want to get the potatoes out of here so I can move on to the next batch and whatnot. So, because I think one bowl per potato. So I was like, these are small potatoes, but they're actually a pretty fair size potato. It's a pretty good sized potato. Bonjour. Comment allez-vous? My French is comme ci, comme ça. It's un peu français. I took French on école de high school. It's bad. Am I going to fry them? Not deep fry, but I think I'm going to like saute them with olive oil. With olive oil. Like, I'm just gonna give them a Mediterranean flair. Everything, I love Mediterranean, right? Just olive oil is my favorite. I don't like deep fried anything. Like, I was thinking about making them in the air fryer, but I think I'm going to start with the zucchini first. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to rinse this one off because there is a lot of starch comes out. Hear this. Wow. Get out of here, friend. Don't want you stuck in the blade. Like, come on. Get out. Get out. If you do this at home, friends, be very careful because there's blades here. Maybe I don't want to hurt myself, so I'm trying to be very gentle as I do this, and then maybe pull that one out. And I'm going to rinse them again. Rinsey, rinsey, rinse, 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 rinse. Give them a wipe down on the side. Some sort of interesting. Okay. I don't know. Maybe because it sat in the box for a long time or something. Okay. Need to finish cutting up that vegetable. Okay. Like one bowl per potato, really. I don't think that it can fit anymore. We could try. Let's do another Vegetti. Hey, put the blade back in, friends. Okay. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with this thing. It kind of becomes more natural, but I still feel it's a little messy. I'm not going to pretend that this is a demure little machine. It's kind of messy. It's messy. It's still your messy uncle. Although I would say the potato, making the potato with this contraption, was far more enjoyable than the other things I made. Oh, wow, that's a lot of stringy potato. Oh my. It's a lot of potato. One potato, two Mr. Potato. Oh. Nub. Maybe I'll just kind of finish it up because, I mean, you could clean it up. Like in all the instructional videos I saw, people were being very precious with it and they were like cleaning it in between takes, but this is just me doing it live, okay? I'm not doing it in edited video style. I'm just doing this live. But the messiness of it's kind of like annoying. I don't like that part. There's potato water and zucchini water all over my little baby fingers. And I definitely have to rinse every few goes because, yeah, you just do. It's just the reality when you do this live. This is why you should never eat when you're reading a book, okay? Or cook when you're reading a book. Like, you need to have big steps between a book and food. You do. Or just wait until you're done eating and cooking to read a book. And then wash your hands before you read a book. Like, I just feel like we need so much protocol that people don't observe, like, when it comes to food preparation and books and other things. Like, it just makes the world a better place. It really does. It really, truly does. Like, when you start observing certain things, it makes your life easier. It makes the world a better place. Things just flow better. It all works out. It really, really does. I am. My Instagram is linked. Well, my Instagram, I don't update Instagram a lot. And I happen to have like a very, very, it's linked. I have two different Instagrams. I use my hair Instagram a little bit more than my other one, but I've just never been a super fan of Instagram just because I feel like Instagram wants you to post like certain things, or I don't know. I've never been on the Instagram train. Like, I'm there. Something got retracted. Okay, I don't know what, but It's interesting. It's just not my favorite. But, you know, I'm on Instagram. I just wouldn't say that I like Instagram. I kind of have an antipathy. Like, I just don't understand the point of Instagram. Like, for me. A lot of people really love Instagram. Like, they have... You know where I am that I love a lot more? Is TikTok. TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. Because I love my TikTok. I'm... Like, if you really want to follow me where I want to post as much on both YouTube and TikTok, but I'm not going to message you because I don't want to have independent chats with people. Like, I have some strong rules about this, and I'm not looking to have messaging. So, if you're thinking about Instagram because you think I'm into messaging, that's just not going to be happening. Not for me anyway, but for a lot of people. I'm just here to have my YouTube channel and love it. This one's getting stuck. No! Okay, keep going. No, I feel like it got kind of, it's getting sort of messed. I don't know what happens. That's sad. I was doing so good. Maybe because I didn't rinse in between this one round. I'm just going to kind of dislodge them a bit. Oh, man. Let's get most of it out. Okay, it's good enough. We'll do the nub later. I want to see if I can get more of him. Take care of the nub later. I don't think this one was gonna finish. Come on. Maybe he doesn't want to do it anymore. Is there something stuck in the nub? No? Maybe? Let's try going this way. Not bad. Got that one. Sometimes you just have to play around with it. Like, it's not going to be completely uniform shape. I think some people, when they see these as seen on TV things, they're not going to show you the parts like, oh, it's not perfectly uniform shape. And then some of the people, when they make the videos about this stuff, they're only going to show you the ones that look really super good. I eat the whole vegetable, so I'm going to eat everything. And I cut up the parts that are nubby, okay? Or undesirable. And I still eat them. Because they all taste the same, okay? We're going to see what this message says, because you're not supposed to write things that are not allowed. Like, I have rules in my chatter being time, so I really hope you are following those rules. Am I Hispanic? Well, I don't know why I put that. No, I'm not Hispanic. Hispanic people, like, they can be anything. Like, some Hispanic people are just Spaniard. Some Hispanic people are, like, Native American and white. Because, let's be real, like, Spanish people, like, from Spain, they're Europeans, they're white. Like, there are a lot of Spaniards that have blonde hair and blue eyes. And some people are like, well, how can you be, like, Mexican and have blonde hair and blue eyes? because their forerunners came from Spain. And how can you be a Mexican person or a Hispanic person and look more indigenous because they have more Native American ancestry? But I am a mixture of primarily English, Syrian, and a little bit of German, and some Dutch and French thrown in. But my primary ethnicity, because my last name is Arabic, and I'm very Syrian Lebanese in my love, like, for my name. I mean, I don't speak Arabic, but I'm Syrian Lebanese and English. Syria and England. If Syria and England had a child, that would be me. And people get mad, but I'm like, I'm literally Syria and England. Well, Syria, Lebanon, Greater Syria, Lebanon, like Lebanese, Christian Lebanese ancestry. Like, I actually talked about this on my other channel recently again, because I had an experience, a not so good experience, where I had this falling out with somebody where I just tried to do live streams with them for a few years and it wasn't working out anymore. And then they did some videos about a topic that I didn't really agree with. And then because I didn't agree with them and I didn't even chastise them on their own videos, they did a video, like they included, like they made a video about me, like, and other people that didn't agree with them. That wasn't very nice. And then, but they said they only dealt with facts. Don't really care. But the part was we don't talk anymore. And then recently, like, she used some footage of a talk we did together about Phoenician Canaanite people. Because yes, if you're very Middle Eastern presenting Jewish person and an Israeli Palestinian person, those are Levantine people, Canaanite people, and they share similar roots. But this was just me saying they shared similar roots, not agreeing with modern politics and how certain countries, because I have a problem. I have a big problem with how certain countries are conducting themselves, but I'm not going to get super political. I don't agree with any country that says that humans are collateral damage. I just don't agree with that, okay? Because I'm not a big nation state person. I am American and I am proud to be an American, but I can also criticize the United States, right? When it's made like foreign policy decisions that I didn't agree with. So there's no way that, I don't know, it's complicated. I've decided I don't really want to talk about it anymore because I did a video about it on my other channel, but yeah, I am part Syrian Lebanese and I'm part English and I have some German and that's my ethnicity. My mom used to think we were Native American, but I never thought that we were. And some people say that I look a little Native American, but I don't see it at all in myself. Like, and I took a DNA test where we did not get any Native American. Nobody in our family, our immediate family, did. And I just don't know why that's a myth that so many people have in their background, saying that they're Native American. Like, it gets kind of embarrassing. Like, there are both white and black Americans who have been perpetuating this myth for a long time. And I just think it's disrespectful to actual indigenous people. Like, if you're not Native American, like these days you can take a DNA test and know what your ethnicity is. I don't think you should, because it'd be weird. Like, look, I'm not Hispanic, right? It'd be kind of weird if I was saying I was Hispanic when I'm not. Like, that would be weird. But for some reason, up until recently, like when DNA tests became more common, it was very popular for both white and black people to say that they had indigenous ancestry. And then a lot of white and black people are taking ancestry tests and they're finding out that they don't. Some do, but a lot of people don't. And these are just myths that people had, like popular myths for some reason. Not sure why. Maybe because people pretend to be Native American to get land under the Dawes Act, like fraudulent reasons. Or maybe just because it sounded more romantic than my dad left his first wife to marry my mom. I mean, I don't know. There's just a lot of mythology that people have in their lives. And I think this is another reason. I think, well, with white, I can't say with like African American people, why there's these myths. I think some of it's probably due to racism, of course, and being treated wrong, and the history of racism in our country, which does exist, and you can definitely criticize the history of your country. And should not just blindly agree with every policy that your country participates in. And I would be very concerned if people do. I don't know. But yeah, this is getting off topic, but that's my ethnicity, and yeah. Potatoes start to turn brown though as they oxidize. That's the only issue with this little gadget. Is that, yeah, things start to oxidize and you kind of have to. But if you ever wanted a bowl of potato noodles and veggie noodles, which was zucchini, I mean, it's a fun gadget. Would I buy it? Like, if it was just me and I had all the money in the world. I am kind of low end. Like, I just love a cutting board and a knife. Like, when I'm going to do vegetable prep, I'm just very low maintenance in the types of vegetable prep I have in my house. So I don't think, like, just my thoughts, like, I'm gonna clean this thing up. But it's interesting. Like, it's an interesting gadget. I probably would not buy this. Like, if it were to me, like, it's cool, it's fun, but I just don't. I feel like you see a lot of those just seen on TV things. Like, I'm gonna have to look up more videos about this thing later. But yeah, I just don't think, like, to me, cutting things with a knife is just so satisfying, and I feel like you have a lot more control. Or if you want to have, like, really fine pieces of, like, potato or vegetable, like, you know, like a cheese grater, some people use those as a vegetable grater. I feel like you could get a very similar experience. Like, yeah, it's not going to be in that cool noodle format, but I wonder if the appeal of this is more for, like, people that are trying not to eat noodles, or maybe for people that have picky kids that, like, I don't know, they won't eat their vegetables unless but you know how much mess you're going to be dealing with this little contraption. This is not it's like your messy uncle. He's fun, but he's messy, okay? It's just, that is the truth of this machine. It's not very demure. It's kind of a mess. Message retracted, see. What are you writing on here? What are people writing that their messages are getting retracted? Like, I just want to know, like, what kind of stuff are you guys writing on here? Like, what is going on? Like, don't write something that you can't stand by. Friends, what is going on with you? Like, why are so many people having this problem? There are so many people that have YouTube channels that come on my lives all the time, and they don't ever have to, like, have a message retracted. Like, I'm truly concerned. I need to run the garbage disposal. What is going on? Like, why? Why are so many messages being retracted? What is going on, guys? Are we not having a good night, or are we... I mean, it's a cool machine, don't get me wrong. I just don't understand why so many people are having retracted messages. Friends, what's happening? Anyway, thanks for watching.